Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday CraftStash Live. How you all doing? Let me know in the comments how your week's going. Have you been crafting? We have got a brand new launch for you today. Apologies if you just heard me fiddling about while we had the video on there. I've got this massive bumblebee in my studio. It just literally came in as I went live, and of course I'm all closed up, so I don't know where it's gone. It just buzzed. It wouldn't go out the door that I was trying to get it out of. So it's in here somewhere. It might join us on my craft mat. Hi Kathy, how are you? Hi Christine. Hi Carmen. Hi Maria. Lots of you I saw in my live earlier. Thank you so much. Lots of crafty videos for you today. I don't know if Sam's going to be live today. I've not actually checked. That's really bad, isn't it? I haven't asked her. Usually she is on at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, but we shall see. Hello Jackie, how are you? And Lisa, lovely to have you here. So, brand new launch at CraftStash today. Really exciting. I'm going to get straight in with showing you what it is and showing the demonstrations. Lots of you will have joined me yesterday on the VIP preview and following on from that purchase. So thank you to all of you who joined me. It was just a half hour just for VIP, so you could see what the stamp sets are all about because it's a new brand. Now, yes, she is live at 2 o'clock. Yes, thank you so much. So you have got lots of craft videos to see today, haven't you? Love Wednesdays. So Adventures in Ink. Now, this is a really special brand because this is a brand that has been designed in-house at CraftStash. And what some people don't realise is that the team at CraftStash, and I'm talking about people in buying, in product development, people in marketing, pretty much 90% of the staff are actual crafters. We don't just work within the craft industry. They actually live and breathe craft. They go home and they craft with the products that they've been designing or they've been marketing for the last few days and weeks. Hi Valerie, how are you? Lots of catching up to do this week. Twice in one day for me, I know. Got to keep a drink handy actually, or I'll get a sore throat. Lots of talking. Hi Beverly. Now, I always see this person and I don't want to offend you. Is it Ing Dismit? Let me know how to pronounce your first name properly because I see you regularly. I really appreciate you coming to watch us and I daren't read out your comment because I don't want to offend you by saying your name wrong. So let me know how I'm saying it and then I can say hello to you every time. Hello to Anne as well and Carol Lewis. You've been decorating. Ooh. Because this brand has been designed by crafters, it's absolutely stunning, and it's been a whole team effort to get this first collection up and running. Everyone's had some input, and it's the first of many. We have actually got themes coming out within the Adventures in Ink brand. So this one is Floral Simplicity. This is the name of the brand, as you can see, or not the brand, sorry, the collection. We're also going to have, further along the way, we're going to have collections that are a bit grungy, collections that we've got simplistic and floral. We've also got realistic ones coming as well. There's some that are, I don't want to say cartoon, that's not the right word, cutesy, that's the word, cutesy ones as well. So Adventures in Ink is going to be a brand that holds kind of subcategories with different types of stamps for your personal style. This one is so lovely. So Floral Simplicity really is the perfect name for it. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, we do have a giveaway today. Somebody who's watching live and commenting is going to have the chance to choose 3 of the stamp sets from the 6 I'm going to show you to be sent out to you for free. So I will announce that name at the end of this live while we're live on Facebook. This video will also be put onto YouTube this evening at 7 p.m. And on Monday I will go ahead and take a look at the comments and I will choose someone from the YouTube comments to also win 3 sets of your choice. So if you're about this evening, everyone watching me live now on Facebook, if you're about this evening, do go along onto YouTube over the weekend or this evening and go and drop a comment in there as well. So it's nice to chat to a few other people as well while that video is running too. So let's just make sure I'm not missing too many people. Apologies because I just can't say hello to everybody. I wish I could. Hello to Carolyn, how are you? Brenda Walsh, Linda, hi again. Deborah, hello to Lou and everybody. I love that you all say, hi Carla again. I love that you all say hello to everyone. So the stamps are $8.99 individually. Now, you need to be a bit clever with this because $8.99, fantastic price when you look at how many stamps you're getting. Bear in mind, if you're a VIP, you're going to get 89p taken straight off of that with your 10% discount, and you'll get your double points as well. Now, there's kind of two offers as such. One is an offer that's going to be running for a few days. So that is when you buy any 2 sets, you're going to get £5 off. Okay, great price. But we've also got the bundle where you're making a saving too. So the bundle is for all 6 sets, and that's £44.99. You're saving £8.50 on that. So you kind of need to work out which is going to be best for you. If you plan on making 2 purchases, it might actually, or even 3 purchases, it might be financially better for you to buy 2 sets at a time. Or it might be better for you to go for the bundle if you just want to pay the one lot of postage. I'll leave it up to you to do the maths, but I just want to make you aware of all the different offers. Talking about offers on CraftStash, if you're never sure what offers are on, how long they're running, if you want to maybe purchase an offer that's running and you don't know when it's going to run out, so you want to buy it at the weekend when you've been paid, but you don't know if the offer's still going to be on, then go on to CraftStash. On the front page, there is a block that says something about offers and deals. Click on that block. You can actually click on it and it will take you to all the current offers, and underneath each offer that does have the expiry date, so you'll know whether that offer is still running. Obviously we can't guarantee the product will still be in stock, but the offer will still be valid. So we have mixed media at the moment with 20% off. I think it's mixed 20 is the code. That's in that section for you to go and have a look at. That only runs for another day or two actually. We've got loads of offers. Oh, the stamp, while we're looking at stamps, we've got stamp storage at the moment. I think that's also 20% off with a code. I won't give you the code because I don't want to get it wrong, but that's in that section too. So a lot of these will come up in your emails also. Okay, Linda Parkin loves this collection already. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I haven't got my mouse today. I left my mouse in the other studio, so I'm having to put my arm in shot. I apologise. Hi, Celine. How are you? You managed to catch us live. You certainly did. Lovely to have you here. Who have we got? Your name, Joe. I don't know what Joe Crafty's a brilliant name, isn't it? I love that. I just wish my surname was Crafty. Dawn, hi. Hi to you as well. Hope you're having a fabulous day. We all are, or I am. Can't speak for everybody. So let's get on with having a look at these products. 6 stamp sets in total. The first one is called Gathered, and it's kind of, the theme is, as you can see here, we've got the 2 hands, we've got large stems of flowers, we've got roses in here, but we've also got some beautiful sort of lavender, or heather lavender I suppose it is a bit like. Got a dragonfly as well, so you can have the hands, both of them or one of them either side, holding a stem or a couple of stems of flowers. You can mix and match these with other flowers in the rest of the collection as well. You don't have to stick to just this stamp set. Will work with just this stamp set. We've got sentiments as well, so we've got Gathered, we've got Just For You, On Your Birthday, Sent, Thanks a Bunch, I love that. With holding a bunch of flowers is perfect. With Love, Hope You Get Spoilt Rotten, Thinking of You. And then we've also got this. Now this to me could be kind of like, it would go really well actually with my In the Stars collection from Textures. It's kind of like an eclipse image there. Looks beautiful if you emboss it in gold onto a dark cardstock, but it could also be, you could go down the masculine route and it could be like a coffee stain, sort of grungy, couldn't it? So you know, you've got a few different variations with that one, which way you want to go with it. So just getting rid of the pinned comment so I can see. So there is a pinned comment, everybody, and you'll be able to click on that and it takes you directly to CraftStash. So there you go. So there's the first set, and that is how I made these 2 cards. Now this one, there is a video coming out very soon, if it's not out already, on the CraftStash YouTube, showing you how I made this. And then this one's very, very easy. Just simply, you can see that there, the gold, just embossed the gold roses, and that's just simply this rose head here. That's all I used for this whole, well, obviously Thanks a Bunch as well, but for the whole design, just stamped that lots, gold embossed, and then threw watercolour over the top, literally threw. I got a big mop brush. Where's my big mop brush? Just to show you what a mop brush is. So big fluffy one. Put lots of ink over there, let it run into the card, and when it was dry I used my pencil crayons just to pick up detail instead of the flowers. So really, really easy. This is all about simple stamping techniques. Anybody having trouble with the sound? Lynn, I hope not. What's the trouble with the sound? Is it too quiet? Is it coming in and out? Let me know. I've got the same setup as I usually have, so fingers crossed It's just something that's isolated to your end. Yeah, the rose stamp is gorgeous, and it's not too large either, so it can be an accent. I'll try not to talk too loud because it might be that I'm shouting down the microphone and it's interfering. So the next set we've got is arranged. Obviously, you talk about floral arrangements. You've got the beautiful vases in here. You've got this lovely butterfly as well. Sounds coming in and out. Is that for everybody? And then it's fine, fine for other people. I always get this. It's never the same for everybody. If it's just a few people, then I don't mind that, because it just means there's nothing I can do about it. I apologise, but hopefully if you watch on replay again another time, it'll be nice and clear. So this one gathered, you've got all your stems as well. You've got all your different sentiments. Nothing along here is going to be repeated. Okay, you get similar in the way that you do have a few vases throughout the collection. You have lots of different stems of flowers, obviously, because it's floral, but you're never going to get a repeated image throughout any of these. So if you go for the bundle, $44.99 for all 6 stamp sets, and of course you can then use ClearPay and you get your free postage as well, then you're going to get, so do you know what, I don't even know, 18 stamps. I need to do quick math. So there's 18 in some of them, 16 in some, 11, 13, 18 again, 17. So there's a lot of stamps there. If anyone wants to do the maths, by all means, let me know. The vases are beautiful. You're talking about layered stamping here. You can do your masking techniques as well. I'll try and throw in as many techniques. I've got kind of 3 simple cards to do for you. So if any of you want to see anything in particular, let me know and I'll see if I can put them together. And then we've got a couple of cards here that I did just with this set. So really focusing on the butterflies there and one of the sentiments. And this one, I didn't use the vases actually. I just used the stems and just highlighted a few kind of bubbles with some colour. And that's simply by stamping these stems with my stamping block. So it's all in one place, and then re-stamping that same image by not moving my stamps onto a different piece of paper in black embossing ink, inking them, punching them out, and so on. There is a, I think it's actually a reel, a TikTok type Instagram, Facebook reel with this technique coming out soon. Can't do the sums. Yeah, there's just a lot. Absolutely, Joe and Jenny. It's just a lot, isn't there? So here we've got the framed collection. Now I would say if you like things that are a little bit vintage, this one might be more down your street. This kind of reminds me of vintage postcards and things where you've got beautiful lavender on them, because you've got the frame, but you can go ultra modern with this. And I'm going to redo a card that lots of you have loved on social media, and that's this one. So I'm going to show you how I did this one at some point. I might do that first actually. Or something very similar. But what I'd like to know from you all, I want to do a different colour blend actually, because I did a quick video on this before, so I'd like a different colour blend. Let me know 3 colour options in distress inks or distress oxides, and I'll choose, yeah, not enough fingers and toes. I'll choose the colours to do that for my first demonstration, but you need to be quick because I'll do that first. So as you can see, I've just repeat stamped with that image there. And then I've also, like I say, I've gone down the vintage route, a little bit grungy with lots of distressing, some stitch detail. It's actually faux stitched with a paper piercer, pink, purple and blue. Yeah, perfect, can do that. White embossing, stamping in the background, there's all sorts thrown at that, but that's using, in particular, this stamp here. So that's the framed collection. Then we've got Purity. Beautiful, I love this. We've got here this frame which is really abstract, a little bit swirly whirly. Oh blimey, you're all now soft green, blue and grey. I'm actually using Carla for another card, so you're not having that one. So we've got again different stems here. I'm not going to run through all the different flowers on there for you. We've got some that are just foliage, so these are just leaves, and then we've got some that are flowers, so you can use them for more of your masculine cards if you don't want to put flowers on cards. Absolutely. We've got the bumblebee on this one, and we've also got the larger vase. So if you want to team this with other stamp sets and put more flowers in, this one's perfect because the neck is wider on it. Frames going in your basket, Linda. Yeah, don't blame you. Yellow, pink and green. Oh blimey, I did pick one, didn't I? The first one I picked, I'll find that. I think it was blue, pink and purple. So you've got here Dream Big. Sorry things are tough, which is really handy to have sometimes with a bunch of flowers. It's all you need to say sometimes, isn't it? But then we've got birthday hugs, you did it, simply wonderful. We do have I have no words. Now you could take that two ways. It could be sort of you're sending your condolences, you have no words, or it could be you have no words because you're so grateful for something, because you love someone so much. You know, that it can go down a number of different routes depending on the message you put inside. This one is one that was on social media yesterday. Again, lots of people loved seeing this put together. A simple shaker card, cutting out the inside of that really fun abstract frame there that we've got, putting the butterfly on, and then just simply wonderful. Hi Lynn, how are you? I'm seeing lots of other... Is Sam here? Someone said hello to Sam. I'm not sure if she's here or not. I've not seen her. Mind you, I didn't see her in mine either till later. Astrid, love that sample. Which one's that? This one? You may be a bit behind, so it might be another one. Then we've got honesty. Okay, just two more to do and then I'll start demonstrating. We've got honesty, and this is great because this one actually says I honestly, and then you've got love you, and we've got miss you. Then we've got thanks for being, you've got a great friend or there for me. You've also got thoughtful in there as well. Wish you all the best. I think that's all of them, but you can mix and match them. This one's got the cool kind of geometric frame. You can see how much I've used these. I've loved these. Oh, that one was from that. Look, that one was from the last stamp set I forgot to show. That was the first card I made with these stamps, and I absolutely loved it because I was saying yesterday in the VIP preview that when I made this one, it was quite hard to start with because I was obviously, when we're making samples for a collection, we are restricted to only using those products. Pretty much adhesive, cardstock, inks for the most part, just the stamp set, so one stamp set. And I thought, do you know what, actually it's made me think outside the box and use different techniques. So for this one I did some heat embossing, so I've got some texture added into my watercolor there. I've then stamped and heat embossed onto heat resistant acetate, which is available on CraftStash. There's a couple of different brands. If you just put in heat resistant acetate, or just put in acetate and have a look, heat resistant acetate you want. So we've got the kind of, you can see the shine there, the glass effect there, and I used just an alcohol pen, any pale blue alcohol pen, just to colour in the water effect, but you can still see through to the stems. It's really fun. Sorry, but back to this one, honesty. We've got the almost again kind of abstract, the line drawing there for the butterfly. A lot of these ones on this set are almost as if they've just been drawn with one line. So they're a bit modern, quite fresh. You've got your smaller vases on this one as well. That's one that I made last night during the preview. So really simple, keeping the vase and the flowers plain, as in black and white, monochrome, and a nice bright pop of colour with the frame behind. That was really simple to do. I just simply cut out the stamped onto paper, cut out the centre with a craft knife or scissors, and then mask that area off before I stamped. And I honestly miss you is really sweet. Got a couple more here, very, very similar. Didn't do much colour in this one, kept this again quite plain, but you can just see there the gold of that lovely frame. Love the different sentiments and words. They are great, aren't they? I really love this one, and it did take a little while, so it just means I can't really do it live. But it's a really fun effect to do, and just simply stamped 3 vases with the flowers. Then I stamped over the top with the gold embossing. I did that frame, that lovely abstract frame, and then I just got my pencils out and I just coloured inside, so it's like a little spotlight, just, well, it is spotlight stamping, isn't it, just on that area. And I honestly love you. So I just thought that was really fun, and the fact you've got the black background makes it really pop as well. I think I love that. I think my style is going to be clean and simple. Yeah, clean and simple. Actually, do you know, if you can pull off clean and simple, it can actually be sometimes harder than what I call pizza cards, where we throw everything at them. No offence, I love cards with loads of layers, obviously, because I do mixed media, so I love it. But clean and simple can be more difficult because you need to look more at balance and white space and things like that. But don't be thrown off by that. They are beautiful cards and very, very quick to do sometimes. I was thinking what gorgeous clean cards they are. I think these stamp sets lend themselves to your cleaner, simpler cards at times, but I think you can definitely take them down lots of different routes. Now this one, last one, Simplicity, possibly, if I had to have a favourite, possibly this one. And it's almost purely, not only because of the hummingbird, we all know I love a hummingbird, but for this. Look at this when it's embossed in gold on black. I mean, it's just amazing, isn't it? absolutely, this was the quickest card to make. It was simply, I embossed that onto the black card base. So I do need to put an insert in here to write my message. Embossed in white, brighter days are coming. And then the hummingbird, I simply stamped onto white cardstock, did a bit of inking with my CraftStash, or sorry, Creative Craft Products stencil brushes, cut him out, got a little gem, and you can just see the sparkle there for his eye, or her eye, either way. Yeah, and I mean, that is just so beautiful. That again is going to work beautifully with my textures in the stars range, definitely. And there's another one, again, very, very, very simple card. It was actually a scrap where I'd cut down a card base for something else, and I thought, oh, there's another card base. It's more of a note card because of the size of it. But all I did was I threw a bit of watercolour on the bottom in that was actually weathered wood, distress oxide watered down. This was peeled paint, slapped a bit on with my mop brush again, let it dry, stamped over the top and stamped a sentiment. It's so quick. But again, this is what this collection actually lends itself to. Oh yes, that's my favourite. I think it's so much of a statement. It is really beautiful, isn't it? Hi Diane, hi Valerie. There's lots of people I've probably not said hello to, but welcome. Appreciate you all being here. So the first card that I'm going to make today is going to be the one that we saw on social media, and lots of you loved the quick. It was a very quick video, so I'm going to do it in a bit slower so you can all see what I'm doing. And I'm going to do it from scratch as well. So what you're going to need for this is some copy paper, your card base, and some blending inks as well. I like to use a repositionable spray glue as well, or if you've got a stencil glue or a removable adhesive, that's handy as well. So just catching up with the comments. Hi Amy again, great collection it is, lovely isn't it? You love these, Christine. Another Lynn says, wonderful. Trace Brown, how are you? Thank you for joining us. And Beverly Miller, lots of you. I'm seeing new names, so thank you so much for joining us today. So in case you have just joined us, actually, we've just launched a brand new range, Adventures in Ink, on CraftStash. There will be more collections available, but we're kind of looking at different themes. So within the Adventures in Ink stamps, we're going to have different styles, I guess is the better way of putting it. So you're going to have simplistic, realistic, cutesy, grungy, and these sorts of, going down these sorts of routes. And I believe what will happen is the actual colour of the packaging, so the teal here for example, will change colour depending on the style that stamp set relates to. So it'll be easy to pick out the ones that suit the style that you want to craft in. And if you're anything like me, you'll want them all, because I do change my crafting style very often. Very, very often. Okay, now for a lot of this, I'm actually going to be working with an acrylic block rather than my stamping platform, only because I'm going to be doing lots and lots of small stamping, and it saves me keep having to reposition my paper. If you prefer to use an acrylic block, then of course go ahead and do that. If you're all commenting, flowers you'll go to, Amy. Yeah, absolutely. If you're all commenting, then you're in with a chance of winning your choice of 3 stamp sets. If you have already purchased from last night from VIP, or if you're thinking of purchasing and you don't want them to sell out, please do go ahead, because if you are a winner, we can actually refund the prize value to you from your order. So don't worry about having 2 lots of anything. Still no Sam. No, I did see a message from her though. I think she might be a bit busy at the moment sorting something out, so unless she's put a note on her Facebook, I imagine she might be about at 2 o'clock, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do now is, normally I wouldn't worry about stamping in black for this. I would just stamp in whatever colour ink pad is I've got to hand, and usually a dry one. But I'm going to do black here just to show, so you can all see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to stamp this 3 times, and I'm going to overlap the stamp as well. I think I can get a second impression from that as well. Yep, I could only want to see a little bit. Loved your cards last night. Thank you so much. They were very, very quick ones. For the VIP preview, we kind of had half an hour. So they were very quick cards last night. But again, this stamp set really lends itself to being quick. I'm going to leave that there because I am going to use that in a little while. Hi Tracy Ann, how are you? It's hard to pick a favourite, Celine, I know. I don't think I could pick a favourite. Now for this, you need to be a little bit clever, because I say clever, take your time with this part. So I'm going to just cut a line directly through the middle from edge to edge, and I'm just going to start. I'm not going to use the craft knife for all of this. I know a couple of people who actually can't stand to watch a craft knife being used. Martin Parker on Create Craft is one of them. He just can't watch it. So what I'm doing, and I'm going to get my scissors out in a second, I'm just making the space, is I'm just cutting along the, if you take the inside shape for each of these, obviously bear in mind they are joined as well, and just cut along the inside shape. Now it's not the end of the world if you accidentally cut along the wrong line, it's really not going to hurt. But what I want to have is a block of colour for each shape, and I also want to have a little bit of outline overlapping that colour. And you'll see what I mean when I stamp. So it's when you get to the end of one section and you're joining another, you need to think, right, okay, so that is the shape there, the inside shape for that one. So this one is going to come to here. It'll all make sense when you're cutting it out. But I'm just going to quickly, I thought I'd do this live rather than say, here's one I prepared earlier, to show you. It is actually, it's quite simple to do, maybe a little time consuming, but we don't mind that as crafters. It's quite therapeutic watching someone do something that takes a little bit longer, isn't it, rather than just having everything already done and gluing it on. And in fact, these are for the most part, they are actually flat cards, so they're one layer cards. So if you're over in the US, for example, I know there's lots of other places who have extortionate shipping and postage rates. These are going to be perfect for you because you haven't even got to think about postage because they're just flat. No more than you usually would anyway. Right, so I'm going to go up there. So within each shape, I've got a few lines. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, I've got a few lines around the shape still. I've just cut out the middle. It's not absolutely perfect, as in it's not identical on every shape, because it's just too much effort to work that out. Okay, so my card base here, I'm just going to hold, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up. Now you probably won't be able to see this, but as I just hold this up to the light, I'm going to be able to see where everything is going. So I'm just going to fold that over there, and this is just going to give me a guideline. I want to make sure that this centre one is in the centre. There we go. Look, if I fold it around the card, you can see that's going to fall kind of in the centre. There we go. And that's just going to help me when I stick this down. So here's my spray adhesive. I'm just going to give this a quick spray, but I'm going to hold it over my bin. Not a lot. I've just sprayed my hand. I always do that, and then I get a very sticky thumb. The circle's your favourite. It is so pretty, and honestly, embossing that circle in gold is amazing. Okay, now I'm just going to pop this back on. Because I've folded it, it's very easy to put back in the right place. There we go. And that should be kind of straight and kind of central. Now, let's go back to these blending colours we were going to use. Somebody said pink. Was it pink, purple and blue? Was that correct? Or wilted violet. And what sort of blue should I use? Bit dull, isn't it? We want a nice bright blue. What nice bright blue. What about those colours? Do we like those? I might go for a light, oh, have I got a lighter purple actually? I like doing this with you, I like choosing. I haven't got the lighter purple out at the moment. Where's Dusty Concord? That's a dark one as well though, isn't it? I'm just talking to myself, that's fine. Wilted violet will be fine. So, Kitsch Flamingo. We have, I'm just bringing in my blending brushes. So we have here Salvage Patina and then Wilted Violet, which somewhere in here I should have, there it is, the brush for. There we go. Okay, so let's start, yeah, let's go that way. Let's start in them. A good choice of colours. Sorry, which set to choose? I love them all. I know, Kim. I know. So, make sure you don't go over your paper. I've opened my card up just so that it all lays flat. And I'm just going to I'm going to start with the center panel, but you don't have to worry about starting in the center. And you don't have to blend 3 colours either. You could do 2, you could do 8, you know, it's entirely up to you. 3 is nice and easy because you can kind of see the halfway marks with 3. It's easier to gauge how far you go in with each one. Circle would be wonderful in various blue and white sparkly embossing powders for Christmas. Yes, definitely, that could go very Christmassy. In fact, it's a really good point actually. That was Astrid. That is a fantastic point because these will work Christmas, they will work Easter, they will work for weddings. You know, they're really going to work for a multitude of different occasions. It just depends on really the colours you use, and you might want to find that you match them with different sentiments if you want to go Christmassy, for example. But something like sending love, you can do that at Christmas, can't you? Okay, so there's Salvage Patina. I actually had, would you believe, my bedroom painted these colours when I was younger. Not with the pink, just those 2. And obviously they weren't Distress Oxide colours, I'm not that young. But it was that sort of minty green and a purple. And that wasn't just with the straight border, you know, the paper borders we used to have through the middle. I had the decorator paint it in a wave effect between the 2 colours. Very princessy, I think I was then. My dad just said, oh, whatever she wants. He just couldn't be bothered to argue, I think. So there we go. So we've got Quiche Flamingo, Wilted Violet and Salvaged Patina. Lovely. A little bit of water on these. Oh, I did quite a lot of water there. I was going to do some blobs, but we've done a spray instead, and that will just start to react. Let's do a few little blobs as well. So oh, that's a massive blob on there. I think I better lift that up because that's far too big. When you're working with stamp sets like this, it's brilliant because you can work, because they're simple, they work together. You can bring in all your different stamping techniques that you've learned or want to learn, and use all of those. Just pick one for every card, a new technique for every card. Now, I'm not worried about that big blob actually. It's going to look really cool. So take this off. There we go. Looks a bit odd now, doesn't it? Now, I could say I'm going to have to put my head in the camera to be able to see where I'm lining this up, but actually I'm not so worried. I'm going to roughly try to line it up, but I'm not worried about being precise. It might go slightly off. It'll be a bit more kind of abstract. There's one. Obviously I forgot I've got a slight dampness to the paper still, so I might have to get my stamping block and go over the centre of that one in a moment. What would actually look really nice, if you've got the time and the patience, is to re-stamp these again and cut out the flower in the middle from white and then lay it on. So the black outline with the white flower in the middle, that would look lovely, wouldn't it? It would look really nice. I certainly won't have time during today's live to be doing that, but it might be something that I do to finish this card off another time. About there. Chuck it down. Again, if you're slightly off, it doesn't matter. There we go. So we've got the 3 shapes. Yeah, I think definitely if you stamp this onto white, cut out the flowers, or even just for the centre one, that would look really nice over the top there, just to highlight one of them. So let's take a look at sentiments from this range. So I'm just going to remove the ink from there so I don't get super inky fingers. Again, this is from the framed set. Thinking of you always. That's a nice sentiment. We could mix it actually. We could mix it with another set. Let's go for, ooh, Hello Flower. I love this. I like this sentiment. Hello Flower. It's a nice bright card, so it's not, certainly not sympathy or anything like that. Not today. I think there's enough on there. And I'm just going to pop it over that side. There you go. Hello Flower. probably add some little pearls or gems as well, scattered in the similar colours around. That's just not stamped fully because of the water that was on the background. Should have dried it off first before I did my stamping. But again, I can get my stamping platform later, go over the top, but I think I definitely will be stamping and getting myself a white impression, cut that out and put that flower over the top in the white and really make it pop. We get the idea, and the circle would be lovely in any Christmas. You're giving us lots of ideas for the circle, Lynn. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's really stunning. Okay, let's just put this back. Hello Flower. I will tell you what stamps that came from. That was in the Purity set. So there's one card. Again, very, very clean and simple, very quick to do. Must just go over that, but there we go. Okay, one technique for you. What was the next one I was going to do? Oh, next I was actually going to use that circle, believe it or not. I really was. Now, does my acrylic block fit? Oh, do you know what? It just fits the circle, so it's fine. I can use that. I'm going to emboss it in gold so you see how beautiful this is. There we go. It's a big solid stamp, so make sure it's pressed down onto there properly. Because I'm going to do embossing, I'm going to use my anti-static pad and Versamark, but there's things like there's Wow embossing powder on the website, things like that. Hello Flower is the name of my wedding florist. I do remember mine. Mine was a lady. I had artificial, like silk flowers made for my wedding. But that's so we could keep everything afterwards, because it was a very hot, it was June, but it was forecast very hot, so I'm quite glad because it would have all sort of wilted otherwise. But also on the table we had some little vases of baby's breath, gypsophilia, but it meant me, my mum and my daughter all running around the supermarkets for the couple of days leading up to the wedding, literally buying them all out of all the baby's breath that they had. Okay, so just pressing this down. I like to move my cardstock around in case there's anything underneath that's affecting the stamp. There we go. So you can't obviously see that because it's clear ink. Let's get that gold on top, shall we? So I'm not doing it on the black. You've seen the effect on the black. I'm going to do it on the white instead. There we go. Now, because I'm going directly onto my card base, I can open my base up and create myself a little funnel just to put, how did I still put inky fingers on the card base, even though I use my anti-static pad? Who knows? Right, let's get a brush, and so all around here always captures. I think that was my finger on the edge of the stamping block, wasn't it? There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's heat set this. Now, earlier when I used the heat gun, it kind of interfered with the stream a little bit weirdly. So hopefully this will stay okay. What I'll do, hopefully you can all still hear me. I'm going to just run through the details while I'm heating this. So the launch of the Adventures in Ink Floral Simplicity stamps today, 6 different stamp sets, all beautiful florals, all different designs as well. Nothing's repeated across the designs. They're all $8.99 each, but you can buy all 6 packs for $44.99, so you're saving £8.50. Or if the big bundle isn't your thing and you want to pick and choose, you can buy any 2 sets and save £5. You'll find all the details for these offers if you go to the website, and onto the home page you'll see a block. Scroll about halfway down the page, you'll see a block that says about the deals and offers, and that will take you directly to any codes you need and also how long each of the deals lasts for. There we go. We're also doing a giveaway today, so everybody who's commenting will everyone who's commenting will be in with a chance of winning straight away. I will pick someone at the end of this live and you'll win your choice of 3 of these stamp sets. Okay, if you want to purchase and not miss out, then of course do so. When you speak to customer services, they can refund you for that part of your order. Hi Michelle, Just shows us you make the same whoopsies. Oh, all the time, honestly. No one's what's the word? No one is immune to making mistakes in craft. Absolutely not. No, it's not just you. No, absolutely. Yes, so that does look beautiful, doesn't it? As you say, we've seen it on the black cardstock as well. It's just the most beautiful, beautiful stamp. And I've got to say, I think this might have actually been the set that was selling the quickest before we came live. So so what I could do if I wanted to make this a really clean and simple card is simply take a stem. Now let's see, there are some nice big ones actually included in that stamp set, but there's also some lovely ones. So I'm just going to lay this on just to show you, because I'm not actually going to do this, but this is a lovely large stamp. If you're doing something like Sympathy, for example, you could just simply then stamp that in black on there and little black sentiment, and that would just be perfect. You wouldn't need much else. It's almost like the sun behind. You could do a row of them. You could actually do ink blending with that, couldn't you, around it? So that would be the sun setting, then you'd have the black shadows, the black silhouettes of all the flowers in front of it. Just beautiful. There's so many different ideas with this. So let's put that one back, because that's not what I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to work with the I'm going to go a different set. I want the dragonfly, because it is so pretty, and I love with the dragonfly you can go with different colours. Of course, it's the last one I look at. There we go. You've got some nice big roses here as well. You could also have the hands, so the hands, and they'd actually look like they're holding like a crystal ball type thing. You've got both sides, you've got left and right, so you could do them both together and it'd look like they're holding a big ball of light. But it's lovely, isn't it? You know, you could go down lots of different occasions with it in that respect. But the dragonfly, now I'm going to go directly onto the cardstock with this, which is always a little bit daunting, but I'm going to be brave. We've made one mistake already, at least one mistake. Love your ideas. Thank you, Vicky. Your first time watching live. Hi, Anne. On here. Why have I never done this before? Amazing seeing tips on how to enhance your stamps. Oh, it's lovely to have you here, Anne. Hope you can join us another time. We're live every Friday at 12:30. We do occasional Wednesdays at 12:30, depending on if we've got a new collection launch. But to be honest, looking at the plan, we do have new collection launches on Wednesdays coming up virtually every Wednesday for the next few weeks. Yeah, crystal ball with hands would be amazing. Would be awesome for Halloween. Very good idea. Yeah, really inspirational collection. I love that we're just looking at stamps as well. We haven't got dies thrown in the mix, so we can purely concentrate on our stamping techniques. So for this one, I'm going to stamp in, what colour am I going to go with? I had it all planned and it's all gone to pot. Let's stamp my favourite colour, Iced Spruce. No, really, Iced Spruce is my favourite. I do have others. I have others that I love, love, love. But this one, if I had to choose just one, it's beautiful. So I'm stamping that for now, just in that colour, because it's just a guideline for me. I'm going to keep that on my block. I'm going to also pop that back. So what I need now, or let's actually pop it back, shall we? And not. What I need now is my blending mat. Did anyone see where I put my blending mat? There we go. Let's take one of these little ones. That'll be perfect. And I'm going to put what colour? Oh, this is perfect. Evergreen Bow is a lovely green colour. And then I'm also going to use a nice bright peacock feathers. So dragonflies with their lovely blues is ideal. And then a paintbrush and some water. So the Distress Oxide I'm going to water down just with my spritz of water here. Now these are going to kind of react with the Distress Oxide that I stamped down here as well. So I'm just going to colour in the wings, the colour that I want them to be. Just with the lovely peacock feathers in the centres, and then that green on the outside. And I'm just letting the colours run into each other. Get very quiet when I do this. And then I think I'll use the green. I'll use the green for the body as well. Okay, so it's very, very faint at the moment. Okay, just going to go, make sure I go to the edge using the point of the brush. It's a nice small image. This is where you have the option of going quite artsy with it, so just dabbing a bit more colour in there. So I'm going to pick up some more ink on my paintbrush, quite wet, and just flick this too, just around. I know lots of people aren't so keen on doing this or scared to do it, but I do it quite often, and making sure some of those blobs kind of hit around the dragonfly as well. How are we doing for time? Oh, do you know what? We haven't got that much longer left, have we? Okay, let's see if I can fit in another, finish this and then fit in one more quick demonstration. It's going to be with more ink blending, that one. That's actually that 3-colour one that Carla, you chose. And I said, you're not having it. I've already planned a card with that. So now I'm going to give this quick dry. But I'm not holding my heat gun close. If I hold it too close, I'm going to risk remelting the embossing powder, which isn't the end of the world. It can kind of be reactivated and cooled and hardened quite a number of times. But I just don't want to. I want to make sure that that stays where it is and resists all that watercolour that we've just thrown on there. So just giving it a dry. There's going to be there's a few little blobs that are still wet, but really it's the dragonfly that I just want to make sure is dry, and I can see that is. So obviously when you paint with Distress Oxides, now if I do this, can you see the shine on these blobs here? So they're clearly still wet. I think that one's literally just dried as I said that. This one's still a bit wet here. You see a bit of shine on it. But where it's matte, that's where it's all dry. And then I'm going to go back in with the black. Now, before I do this, let's open the card up actually, just to make it as flat as possible. Now I'm just going to bring it towards me so I can put my head over. Nobody needs to see how messy my hair is today. I'm just going to stamp that down. There we go. You only get one shot at this really, unless you're using a stamping platform, which really I should have done for this. There we go. So then we've got the lovely watercolour effect in the background, all coloured in the right place, and then the stamp over the top. I went ever so slightly off. I should have put my head maybe a bit further over, but I quite like the effect of it not being perfect. So we just need to add a sentiment to this one. Hope you get spoiled rotten on your birthday. Now this is lovely because you've got the thanks a bunch gathered just for you on your birthday. It's a nice long sentiment because it's a large card base with only sort of small focal points, so we can afford to have a larger sentiment on here. So I'm just using Versifying Clair, the black ink pad there. Lovely dragonfly, imperfect is perfect. And do you know what, actually, he's not going to be watching, so I can say this. So it's mine and my husband's wedding anniversary next week on the 2nd. I'm just checking, just for you on your birthday, yeah. And while we've been renovating this house, our kind of common phrase has been, it's the imperfections that make it perfect. Talking about our house, it's ours, and we've been doing a lot of the work, and it's the imperfections that make it ours. And he mentioned a while ago we should get that written up as wall art somehow. So I've actually got that. I've got that ordered. It's arrived now, so I've got a present for him that's that phrase. It's the imperfections that make it perfect, to give him on our anniversary. So I'm going to put this off to the side. I don't like everything central. Just for you on your birthday. There we go. It's not quite straight. Again, imperfections make it perfect. There we go. And look at that gold. Isn't that just so pretty? It's a lovely gift. Thank you. Carol Luce, you can't go wrong with butterflies and dragonflies. I know. Well, I'll get him chocolate as well. He'll have to have chocolate because, you know, he's just a chocoholic. But yeah, it's just something that's personal, isn't it? You just reminded me of it. Who said that? I can't remember who said it, but there we go. So there's another card. One more quick card. So we've got the 2 we've made so far. One more very, very quick one, and for this one I have already sort of prepared something. And I've cut out, see, I've been playing with it. I've cut out a circle. Now this is again going to be a simple one. It's actually easier for me to see, there we go, for me to see that this is going to be central if I put that about there. So if I just cut closer to the circle, I think that's about central. And colour, this is where I bring in those colours. Oh no, do you see that? My sweeties just accidentally picked them up and they've just gone flying everywhere. We've got a vintage sweeties shop near me, and I went in my lunch hour yesterday, I walked down with my daughter, and yeah, we got some sweeties. So what have we got here? We've got speckled egg, we've got frayed burlap, and we've got shabby shutters. So what should I do first? I think I'll do shabby shutters in the middle. I'm not worried about sticking this because I don't want any stickiness to affect the other pieces. So I'm just going to go around in circles. There we go, in there. Then I'm going to choose a stamp. Now there is one of these stamps that has slightly smaller flowers than the others. It's this one, I believe. Just check that last one. Yeah, it's this one. So it's Honesty, and that has some slightly smaller flowers. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to, where's my block? There it is. Because I'm using copy paper for my mask, this was just, you can either punch or you can use a small circle die just to cut out your template there. And then I'm going to use this black VersaFine. Position that back on top. If you weren't to use copy paper, if you were to use cardstock for your mask, your template, when it comes to doing this part, you'll be fine with your ink blending, but when it comes to stamping your image, you'd end up with a ridge at the bottom here because the thickness of the cardstock would prevent you from actually getting your stamp all the way down. Does that make sense? So there's that flower. The next one will be, do you know what? I've got two here that are kind of like eucalyptus sleeves. They're slightly different, so I think I'm going to use those two. So let's do another circle. Let's do speckled egg. And do you know what? I might overlap these ever so slightly. Might look nice if they're just, the colours just slightly overlap. So this is nice, soft, muted tones. These ones, nice calming colours actually. You can go green, blue and brown, really dark and bright. Perfect for masculine cards. I got told off the other day for saying masculine cards and feminine cards. But it's what we refer, you know, we say cards for men and such, don't we? It's just how we're used to saying them. There we go. And then one more, that was slightly lower actually, so I'll bring that one slightly lower as well. And the frayed burlap. Again, clean and simple, nice and easy. There we go. Oh, that is a new, oops, be careful not to do that. This is where sticking your mask or stencil down is helpful. But if you're careful, you can hold it. Let's just switch that to the other eucalyptus stamp. Let's see, I love how you come up with so many technique tips in 1 hour. Thank you, Lynn, that's really kind. How are we supposed to differ? Exactly, Jackie, exactly. I didn't reply to the comment that I had when I got told off. But I mean, most crafters would understand. There we go. There we go. So very, very simple, and you could do it along the whole width of the card if you want to, but really I'm all about showing you techniques today. Let's just pop a sentiment on. Wish you all the best. That will work nicely. Now I'm not prepping any of these stamps because I've used them so many times, but if you want to and they're brand new, let's just pop this in here. I do have to be quiet while I line things up. There we go. While they're brand new, if you just rub a pencil eraser over the surface of them while they're all stuck to the sheet, if you wish, it's the easiest way. And then that way you're just going to ensure that you get your ink sticks beautifully. Thank you, Monica. Oh, sorry, it's not Monica. Sorry, my eyesight's really bad. It's Madeline. I apologise. I really should put my glasses on. So if you just rub an eraser over your stamp set, so when you first get them, if you just take the entire sheet off like this, rub a pencil eraser over everything gently, and just brush off obviously any little bits of eraser that come off the fluffy bits, and there you go, they're all prepped, and then your ink will stick beautifully to them. They will also, the surface of the stamp will work away anyway with a few uses, but I just find you get perfect stamping right from the get-go then. There we go. So I've got lots of mess, I've got lots of things to tidy up, but essentially this is your brand new. Now, has anyone commented on my sweeties coming into view there? I'm not sure, didn't see any comments, but I'm sure someone did. That's your brand new Adventures in Ink. So just a reminder of a few of those cards. So we've got the ones that we did here as well. There's loads. I just think it's brilliant. You can start playing with all your stamp techniques. And do you know what, just focus on stamping as well. You've got your spotlight stamping. We didn't do that, did we? Shaker cards, cutting out, fussy cutting them and layering them up as well. These are for the people who didn't join us right at the beginning. Just re-showing you some of these. You've got obviously your resist with your watercolours. I kind of did that. No, I didn't, did I, with the dragonfly? That was completely different. Vintage stamping, so onto craft card stock. That's one that I've sort of showed you. Your spotlight stamping as well. Just picking out, using die cut frames and picking out a couple of images. There's so much that I could show you with these stamps. We could literally go all day. So I need to pick a winner. Okay, I'm going to just get this on my phone. It's easier for me to do a scroll. Let me see. Facebook. I don't need to hide it because we're actually on the platform. Bear with me. Let me just go to the comments. Let me see. Not bad. It's just taking a while to load. Okay, so let's do it this way. The comments don't always want to load, but by doing it this way I get to actually see everybody's comments from the whole live and not just the few that are recent, because that's not fair, is it? No, it's not loading. Right, random scroll, and Susan Dupule. I might be wrong again, me and pronouncing names. I've just loved your comment under the CraftStash. I will drop you a quick congratulations message as well. Susan, if you're watching and it sounds similar to your surname, whatever I said, I apologise if I offended you, but you are the winner of your choice of 3 of these stamp sets. So please do just email customerservice@craftstash.co.uk. You said, I'm definitely trying that technique. Someone else has also just liked the comment too, so hopefully that will get your attention if you're not still watching. Oh, mind you, that was only a few minutes ago, I think. So thank you everybody. Congratulations to Susan. Please do watch again. If you didn't catch the entire live, you can catch us again on YouTube. Say live, it's going out on YouTube. There'll be people watching you there then. And comment on YouTube, because someone else will win 2 of the stamp sets, or sorry, 3 of the stamp sets also. So don't forget, they're all $8.99 each. You can buy the whole bundle for $44.99, so you're saving £8.50 on the whole bundle. Or if your budget is a little bit tighter, you can save £5 just by buying 2 sets. So I mean, that's definitely a bargain. I certainly wouldn't go for 1 set. For a few extra pound, £4 extra, I'd definitely get 2 sets. So work out the maths, see which of the deals is best for you. Go along to craftstash.co.uk, as you can see here, or if you're not in the UK, you're joining us from overseas, you can go to craftstash.us, and that will take you to the US site instead. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I've had a lovely afternoon, I've had a lovely morning, sorry, with all the lives and inspiration. And I will be back on Friday at 12:30. We have got a really fun, I can't tell you what it is because I don't think anyone's announced it yet, but there's a really, really fun licensed brand collection. Sam's going to be demonstrating it. I'm going to be oohing and ahhing in the background. Please join us both. Of course, we'll have giveaways as well. That's 12:30 on Friday. So I'll see you then, and I can't wait for that one. All right, take care, everybody. Have a lovely week.